So I was raised in a religious home. I went to church every Sunday and did all the things, growing up in a religion, and learned about God, but I didn't know about like having a relationship with Him. As I went into my teenage years, my brother became a Christian. He was a born-again Christian. I never heard of that, didn't know what that meant. But I did see that he had a change in his life, and he was very excited and was always reading the Bible, and he would talk to me about his relationship with the Lord. And I knew what he was saying was right on, and but I didn't want what he had yet. And I graduated from high school, and me and my best friend got our apartment, and we're like, oh, okay, we're gonna be adults now. We can do whatever we want and have all our parties, and so we did. We had parties just about every night. I was doing the bar scene, even though I was underage. That didn't stop me. During that time, I know that my brother and my mom were praying. They were relentless in praying for me and talking. Every time I would see my brother, he would share, the Lord with me and scriptures, and he would invite me to church. I remember going with him on occasion, and I would walk in, and I knew, it felt really good here, and I liked it, but I was not, that's good for you guys, but not me. Later, when I'm older, let me just live my life, do my thing. As time progressed, I started having really bad experiences with our parties and with relationships with guys, and my friend and I remember talking about it. We were like, well, we really need to change our life. Things are getting a little bit out of control. And so we did. We had our last party, and at that party, a lot of really bad stuff happened to me. And I woke up the next morning, and I knew that was the day. That was the day. It was like I had this appointment with the Lord. I was sick of who I was. I hated who I was. I hated where my life was going. And so I got in the car. I drove to Calvary, and I remember walking in and looking around. Everybody's happy and friendly, and I'm just like, yeah, okay, And so I walk in, and it was during worship. And I just started crying. I was just crying and crying and crying, and I couldn't stop. It was like God had taken all the ugly things in my life, and He had just wiped them out, just totally wiped them out. And so that afternoon, everybody comes over with all their party paraphernalia, ready to go at it again. And that desire was just totally gone, and I couldn't even be in the same room. When I was in the world, I was all in, and now that I'm walking with the Lord, I'm all in. And the scripture, Ephesians 2:1, it says, "And you He made alive, who were dead in trespasses and sins, in which you once walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, the Spirit who now works in the sons of disobedience, among whom also we all once conducted ourselves in the lusts of our flesh, fulfilling the desires of the flesh and of the mind." And that's who I was. I was really fulfilling the lusts of the flesh and of my mind, and doing what I thought was going to really fulfill me. And I'm just so glad that my brother and my mother's prayers, that they were relentless, and that God was a God who was pursuing me, and that I had that appointment that day to meet with Him and change my life forever. Never underestimate the power of prayer, because those people that prayed for me, my mother and my brother, I believe that's what drew me to the Lord.